Hi. For math today, we are starting a new concept, but we're going to take all week to work on it. And it is working us up to be able to divide large numbers. Okay, what we typically call long division. So you will be able, at the end of the week, to divide, let's say, 97 divided by 3. You will know how to do that. Okay, so we're going to start working on the steps today to get us there. Okay, we're not doing it all in one day. That would be tricky. Okay, we're taking our time. So today, what we are talking about is The Price is Right. So if you were in class, I'd be asking how many of you have ever seen it. And it might be a show you've seen with your parents or your grandparents on a day you're not at school. He's a little washed out right now, but this is Drew Carey. He is the host for The Price is Right. And it's a show where contestants, it's a game show, you come down front and they show you an item. So we can just pretend right now that my item I'm showing would be this Expo marker. Now the prizes they show are much more exciting. But they say, all right, I need you all to guess the price of this marker without going over. So if you guess too high and go over the price, you're out. So your goal is to guess under the price of the marker or get it right on. Okay, but you can't go over. So if you all guessed the price of this marker right now, which usually in class we would do something like this. All right, let's say everyone guessed $5, $6, $7. That's all too high. You all went over. No one wins the marker. Okay? So we are going to watch a little clip of this game show where all 4 contestants are up. They are looking at an item. You'll see them wheel it out. And they all have to guess the price. And you'll see what happens. They continue to guess too high over and over and over. So let's watch them and learn a little lesson from them. All right? I'll go back and get it started.
Straps, picks, beginning guitar booking corner from Yamaha. From Yamaha. Love those guitars and everything. Cheryl, what do you get for those? Thank you, Amber. 3,800. Charles. 2248. Charles been here the whole show. Jamie been here the whole show. Jamie, what do you say? 2,500. Scott. 3,800. 2238. $2,000. Everybody's over. Lowest bid is $2,000. Erase all the bids. Cheryl, start again lower than $2,000. 1850. Charles, been here the whole show. 1601. 1601. Jimmy, been here the whole show. 1,500. Scott. $1,000. Everybody's over. Lowest bid is $1,000. Cheryl, what do you bid for those? Both those guitars, lower than 1,000 yet. 995. Charles, been here the whole show. No pressure. 738. 738. Jamie, no pressure. You been here the whole show. 750. $800. How much? 800. Everybody's over. Lowest bid is 738. Erase all the bids. Start again. Lower than 738. 725. Charles. 518. Jamie. 650. Scott. $1. Scott says $1. And the crowd goes wild. Charles, Jamie, good luck. I didn't hear the whole show. You can wait. That's your retail price. $620. Charles. I thought you'd never make it.
All right. Give me 1 second to get back over here to the computer. Okay, so that is The Price is Right. If you've never seen it, the contestants that win, that got to go up, so Charles this time, he gets to play more games guessing the prices of cooler prizes. So, all right, so the reason that ties into math, we're not just watching game shows for fun today. When you do a division problem, you use very similar thinking. You always should think to yourself, how many of this digit can go into this number without going over? Okay, so let's look at one example. All right, if I have 10 divided by 3. Okay, I know that those aren't a fact family. It doesn't work out perfectly, right? I cannot multiply 3 by anything to get to 10. So here's another way I can write this problem. This is how you're going to start seeing them, okay? 10 divided by 3. Okay, well, how many 3s will go into a 10 without going over? Okay, the way you need to think about it, I like to think of skip counting. So I skip count. 3, that's one group. 2 groups of 3 would be 6. That'll fit. 3 groups of 3 would be 9. That would fit into 10. 4 groups of 3 would be 12. Is that over 10? Yes. Okay? So the closest I can get to 10 without going over would be 3 groups of 3, right? Here's the first one, second group of 3, third group of 3. So I can only put 3 groups of 3 into 10 without going over. All right. So we are going to slowly work up to this idea. And today your work is going to look something like this. 9 times blank is as close as you can get to 58 without going over. Okay, so I call these Price is Right rules. In division, you get as close as you can get to the number you can't go over. So 9 times something is as close as I can get to 58 without going over. All right, so we're going to think about skip counting with 9s. So this is when you'll start to see, again, you need to know your math facts. If you don't know your math facts, please work on committing those to memory. That'll make all of your math easier. So we need to skip count by 9s. How many groups of 9s is as close to 58 without going over? So I'm just going to write out my 9s skip counting, okay? If you don't have your whiteboard following with me, please skip count your 9s now. If you need to pause, go grab your materials. So 9, 18, 3 groups of 9 is 27, 4 groups of 9 is 36, 5 groups of 9 is 45, 6 groups of 9 is 54, 7 groups of 9 is 63. Okay, now I need to wait a minute. What was my target number? 58. How many groups of 9 can go in 58 without going over? Well, 63 I've gone over, right? So the closest I can get would be 54. So am I going to go ahead and write 54 on this line? Think about that a minute. Does that make sense? 9 times 54 is as close as you can get to 58? No. The reason the 54 is important is we could tell that was the last multiplication fact that we could do before we passed 58. So we need to know how many groups of 9 makes 54. So 9 times what would be 54? If you don't know that fact, you can go back and count how many groups of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right? So 9 times 6 is as close as you can get to 58 without going over. 9 times 7, I'd get 63, and we know that won't work. That goes over. We don't win the prize. All right, so we're going to try a few others like this. I'm going to leave my blanks, erase my numbers. All right. So this time, how about we try this? 6 times blank is as close to, let's do 23. So 6 times blank is as close as you can get to 23 without going over. All right, so our first step, we need to think about how many groups of 6 will get us close to 23 without going over. So if you need to write out your skip counting, you might need to do that. Some of you are probably getting this in your head, all right? But let's write out our 6s. 6, 12, 18, 24. Oh, I'm already past it. Our goal is 23. I can't go over 23. So even though 24 is very close, it's over. It won't work. So that means the 18 is as close as I can go. Okay, I hope this time you remember, we don't just write 18 on the line because 6 times 18 is not close to 23 at all. That would be a much larger number. What this 18 shows us is that 6 times 3, 1, 2, 3, will give us 18, which is as close to 23 as we can get without going over. All right, let's try one more together. All right, let's try a large number. 9 times blank is as close as you can get to 93 without going over. All right, 9 times blank is as close as you can get to 93 without going over. So you need to start thinking of groups of 9 or your skip counting. I'm going to write out my skip counting for those of you who need to see it. If you are that type of person, you need to work on writing out skip counting so you're good at that. And eventually you'll commit this to memory. All right, so 9 times 1 is 9, then 18. 9 times 3, 27. We're going all the way to 93. 9 times 4, 36. 9 times 5, 45. 9 times 6, 54. 9 times 7, 63. 9 times 8, 72. 9 times 9, 81. 9 times 10, 90. 9 times 11 is 99. I think we can stop there, okay? So now which number was too many? The 99, okay? That's too many groups. So the one that's closest without going over would be the 90. Now how many groups of 9 does it take to make a 90? We can go back and count each group if we need to, but I know that 9 times 10 makes 90. So 9 times 10 is as close as you can get to 93 without going over. Okay? All right, your practice today is going to look just like this. You'll have sentences. Actually, it looks like this. Okay, this is uploaded online. So when you practice, you're going to read the problems over here. You've got a blank, just like we have. And then you've got little boxes online to put your answers in down the side. So the only hard part, make sure that when you're on number 3, you're putting your answer on number 3. Okay? All right? So if you need to do skip counting, make sure you do that. Take your time. And then tomorrow we're going to take this process one step further. So make sure you have a good understanding today. All right? If you're not understanding this, please send me an email with specific questions. I'm always happy to help. All right. Thanks for joining in today. See you tomorrow.